So I'm interested in your creative process. How do you start a project? I mean, from the original idea to the first step that you take.
I don't really know how I start a creative process. Obviously, it begins with some idea somewhere along the line. Frequently, I begin just experimenting, going, well, what would I do if I did this? And if it catches, then it raises more questions, and I'll go like, oh, well, then I could do this and this and this, and then I have a project on my hands. I sometimes anthropomorphize it and say that I get orders from the muse, and that I'm between assignments sometimes. Like right now, I'm between assignments.
Interesting.
I'm working on a project right now where I didn't have really any visuals at all until my colleague Todd Michelson wrote some music. And then the moment I heard that music, like I saw it all.
Interesting. So it can kind of come from anywhere. It's not a defined process. It's just whatever hits you.
Right. There is the problem of if I go long periods of time without making anything, I get really antsy. And then even though I'm not inspired or there's no particular problem that I want to solve, I just want to work on something. I just have to start doing something with my hands. And I have to be willing to make things that go nowhere, and I'm just going to throw them away, which is painful. And then sometimes I just have to tolerate that there's just not like a big compelling project waiting for me to make it sometimes. And then other times it's like, I simply must make this thing.
Right. In a recent keynote, you used the phrase intellectual disobedience. What is that exactly?
Intellectual disobedience is civil disobedience plus what's called intellectual property. So just as people in the past have conscientiously violated certain laws in order to, not collude with whatever law that they believed was wrong, and also to draw attention to problems with that law. That is what I am planning to do with copyright in the future. A lot of people infringe copyright and they're apologetic. They say, oh, I didn't know, or, I'll never do it again. Oops, sorry. Or someone was just telling me they put little notices on their videos that say, no copyright infringement intended,
yeah.
or this is fair use. The problem with saying something's fair use is that a lot of fair use decisions of late have been terrible. So things that should be fair use aren't fair use. So if you know as much about the law as unfortunately I do, I cannot claim ignorance and I cannot claim fair use. And I just have to say, well, I got to make this thing. I got to remix this thing. I got to make this transformative work. I know that I'm infringing copyright, and I don't apologize for it. It's important for me as an artist to make art, and the degree of self-censorship that is required by the law is too great. And in order to, I guess, have integrity as a human being and as an artist, it has come down to, I guess I'm going to be conscientiously violating the law because there's no way to comply with the law and remain a free human being.
What are the most promising parts of the free culture movement? I mean, what are the things that you really feel like are getting some traction here?
Yeah, the most promising part of the free culture movement isn't officially part of the free culture movement. It's just the fact that so many people share culture. It's a beautiful thing. Some people are aware of the risks. Many people are not aware of the risks. But they take these risks just in order to share culture with each other, to share it, to preserve it. I think that's a beautiful thing.
It's kind of like a compulsion, right? I mean, you've got to do it. People have this sort of need to share these different things.
Yes, and I just read on TechDirt about laws in North Korea where you can go to jail for sharing files, and they do it anyway. So no degree of deterrent is actually deterring people. And
it should tell you something, right?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
They're heroes. And what else is wonderful? I mean, just like the younger generation that has grown up in and on the internet, these laws mean nothing to them.
Yeah,
they're my hope for the future. You know,
Yeah.
they're the present now. They're not even the future anymore.
Now, speaking of that, I mean, where do you think we're going to be with copyright in 10 years?
In 10 years, I think the laws are going to be worse. And I also think they're going to be less relevant. I mean, already the difference between the laws and people's behavior, it's like they're different planets. I'm not hopeful for the laws changing. A lot of other people are. So maybe we'll have meaningful copyright reform. I doubt it. I don't think it matters. I think the tools are available for people to create and share culture, and they're going to do that. and they might be doing it illegally, and at a certain point, it's going to be more than the system can handle. I will say that if the power structure as it exists wants to continue, they're going to have to reform, because it's not sustainable. Copyright law as it is, it's just completely out of touch with human behavior.
Last question for you. What are the people and projects that you're following these days?
I'm following a lot of webcomics. There's one called Wonderella by Justin Pierce, Bob the Angry Flower, a lot of others. And other projects, you know, I should know the names of these things, and I just don't. I read blogs, I read TechDirt regularly. Yeah, now's the part where I'm going to really like slow down and try to remember what it is that I actually read. Oh, books! Right. Oh, does that
Those
count?
things. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely count those.
Yeah, I like books. Yeah, what else? Oh, I went to a physical film festival recently. I went to Ebert Fest in Champaign, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Where people gathered in an actual beautiful brick and mortar theater and watched movies on a big screen. I like the social aspect of culture. I love, well, of course, I like reading all by myself, but like I don't like to just like watch a movie alone. I find that lonely, but I love cultural events where people come together, such as watching a movie in a big cinema.
Right. Well, thanks so much for being with us. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.